Hong Kong market is down 1.4%.
Central banks actually tightened interest rates when, in fact, they had to get inflation down. And this is in many countries, not just the U.S.
Look at the market reaction in U.S. over the past 1 month. It's starting to smell like a classic overreaction.
The L1 status has gone to a consortium of RVNL with a Russian partner, and the estimated cost of their particular bid is 120 crores per train set.
Absolutely quiet, 17,440.
Growth is still, quite resilient, both in Europe and the US. And obviously with China reopening, that brings a bit more optimism.
The company has received an approval for e-tippers, which are the tipper trucks, but electric vehicle tipper trucks.
This is the pent-up demand of last at least half a decade or more that is coming in as the possible transaction volumes are shooting up as far as higher end is concerned.
On the issue of investor protection, the Supreme Court had made a note of how the fall in Adani prices had led to a vast amount of investor wealth erosion.
For the market, like I was pointing out, it's a 0.5% cut.
So this has been a heated meeting between the G7 and Russia and China on one side here at the G20 foreign ministers meet at the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
In Tripura, well, the ruling BJP is in the lead against its nearest rival.
The Nifty is down almost 100 points.
Well, that was a day so far. The market's down and out. You're with us here on a fresh new edition of Closing Bell. We are coming to you live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Prashant. In the studios, Surabhi joins me. And, of course, from the newsroom floor, we have Nigel joining in as well. Guys, hi. So it's a reversal of the reversal, right? Yesterday was a reversal after all of the down days. And today we got a bit of a reversal of the reversal. That is yesterday's session. I mean, it's 0.6%. It was worse, about 140 odd point cut. So it's 0.6%. Neither here nor there in some senses. The other way to look at this is that the recovery just lasted 1 day, right? I'll get to what from here in just a bit, but just a few facts. The 200-day moving average is gone. The recent low, the Tuesday's low of 17,255 comes into focus. It's not very far away, about 60, 70 points away. Banks were outperforming. I mean, today would have been the third day of outperformance, but post 1 p.m. there has been some selling in banks as well. The index is down 0.6 now. Broader markets declines outnumber advances, and mid-caps and small-cap indices are down small, nothing large. And globally, the worry is the US 10-year, which has crossed 4%. It's ripe for some, I would say, some reversal. I mean, it's just the rates market in the US is too overbought. A pause, pullback will happen. At what stage, we don't know, but it's above the 4% mark. The dollar index is also inching a little higher. They're just under the 105 odd mark. And later, out of the US, we get the jobless claims number, which perhaps expectation is will reaffirm that the labor market remains very tight and the same old inflation fears, etc. The market reacting to all of this, and this kind of remains the big talking point. As I was saying yesterday, you need something for the market to latch on to. Getting oversold, of course, is a thing by itself, but sometimes for a reversal to be a bit more durable, you want the market to latch on to something. It could be a data point, it could be something else, which shows that maybe the tide is turning. From what we've seen over the last month, inflation is re-emerged as the big problem. We need 1 or 2 solid data points to say, well, it's not as bad. The bigger process of disinflation is still very much underway, and I think that will do the trick. So far, we haven't got that yet. Surabhi.
Hi, Prashant. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Nigel as well. Reversal? What reversal? What are you talking about? Yesterday's memory is just long faded, right? Even before I think it could set in, right from the word go, we had a challenging day and then the selling only accentuated. I'm looking at the constituents today, and again, big sectors are taking this market down. So if you're looking at IT, it's not offering much of a support. If you're looking at banks, apart from 1 or 2 PSU names, not really much green out there. I mean, in IT, you have the odd HCL Tech, but nothing in between. ICICI Bank is absolutely flat. What's taking the market down? I mean, here you have the big boys, Infosys, TCS, they're all on the downside. And then you have names like Maruti, which are cooling off. Some of the auto names are cooling off after 1 or 2 good sessions. If you're a bull, you'll take heart from the one fact in this market that perhaps you can hold on to, and that's that mid-caps are having a slightly better day. The mid-cap index, for instance, is flat, not as downbeat as the Bank Nifty or the Nifty. The advance decline ratio is kind of even-steven, though the declines have overtaken the advances. That's the silver lining that you can speak of. The one other aspect, Prashant, that I found very interesting is that today there's buying. I mean, look at the two sectors where there is buying today. There's real estate. Now, we all know for obvious reasons. I mean, flats in Delhi are selling for 7.5 crores, and there's a queue outside. And in Mumbai, we know the stamp duty collections have soared some 60%. So realty is, a pocket where people are gravitating towards. The other is the entire PSU space. Today is a very interesting day for PSU stocks. And not only an RVNL or a BHEL, which is where the big headline on the Vande Bharat order is, but look at an IRFC. Look at some of the other names as well. I was checking out some of the other PSUs, which are actually holding out, in a pretty decent fashion. The recent steel plant, NMDC Steel, that's a stock that's up IRFC on your screens now. So quite a few of these. BHEL itself is up about 2.5%. And then a clutch of the PSU banks, Bank of India, for instance, holding on to minor gains. SAIL is showing some trickle, 1.5%. So very interesting move. PSUs are the green island of choice, and then there is real estate. But Nigel, beyond that, even if you look at broader markets, it's not really lighting up the charts, so to speak, today.
Well, that's right. For initial part of the trading session, you had both the Nifty Bank and the broader markets that did well. That's what gave the bulls some hope, because still around 12:30, 1 p.m. odd, there was an outperformance that's coming in there. But now the Nifty Bank as well has come off. Even the mid-cap index is seeing some bit of selling pressure. So that's a bit of a problem pocket. We were talking yesterday about a party. Well, today it appears it's a bit of a bad hangover that's playing out. But all is not lost. If in the next 55 minutes or so, the bulls will be happy to end closer to around the 200 EMA, which all have been mentioning is closer to around 17,400 odd. I'm looking at the options data. There's writing being seen at around 17,350 call. So that's telling you the bulls believe that they can defend the higher levels. On the downside, though, the 17,300 put, well, that is very, very active. So we're looking at a crisp range. Going by the premium on the 17,350 call, which is roughly around 20 rupees. Currently, it's come down to around 10 rupees, but on an average, it'll be 20-25 rupees all. You're getting the upper end of the band, 17,375 for the next 15 minutes. And on the downside, you'll be counting on the 17,290 odd level holding out. Breaching any of these levels, you'll have a quick fire 50 points odd, but it seems for the time being at least, the positioning is such that this 85-90 point range is what market participants are looking at. Let's see whether or not we break it. But if we get a recovery, you'll want to end closer to around 200 EMA. But Surabhi, let's run our viewers through what all we have lined up on the show.
Sure, it's packed next 60 odd minutes coming up. In light of the sharp decline in the Adani group of stocks following the Hindenburg report, the Supreme Court has ordered a panel to review existing regime for investor protection. It has also directed SEBI to probe the Adani group and submit its report to the committee in the next 2 weeks. So we will get you all the details from today's court action and, of course, some of the other developments associated with these stocks. That's coming up. Macrotech developers surges on the back of a bullish Motilal Oswal report. What's making them tick the right boxes on this one? Well, we'll find out in just a bit. Railway stocks jump on this mega 58,000 crore rupee order for 200 Vande Bharat trains. All the details and the revenue opportunity discussed a little later. We will, of course, talk markets as well as stocks with Rupen Rajguru of Julius Baer. That and more coming up over the next 1 hour. Prashant?